the
really,
top of it.
sorry, go on, sorry.
No, go for it. Yeah.
It really annoys me because there was a policy, is a policy in the London parks of spraying every tree standing for oak processionary moth, and I'm thinking you're killing the oak processionary moth, but you're killing absolutely everything else. And it was such a knee-jerk reaction that we've got a problem, therefore we must spray and kill absolutely everything. And again, yeah, where the biological controls are already out there doing a job, and it was just.
Yeah, I think it's understanding. I mean, I think that's really a fairly recent find, but I think the more we understand about what, you know, bats are up to, the more information we can get, the more it can inform that kind of work as well. You know, I think even we were sort of, you know, surprised to see that come about, but that's great to understand that we're going after those kind of pest species. So yeah, what can we do to tip the balance and ensure that we can get more bats in to do that kind of work? Because at the moment, and certainly over the last century, their populations have you know, they've had huge declines, and so they're still recovering from that, only giving birth to one pup a year, having these long life cycles, because bats live, you know, we've got one of the oldest recorded bats of an insectivorous size, about 8 grams in size, was recorded in Eastern Europe, was 41 years old, and that was a few years back. So these really long life cycles, and we have to look at them, you know, in that context, but it means that they take a long time to recover. So their populations are still recovering in terms of wanting to have as many of them as we do, to be able to plug in that gap for biological control, which would be the dream eventually. It's just taking the time, really, and that comes from things like making provision for them and ensuring the legislation is protecting them, and that people are aware of the benefits, really.
And can you remind us of the national legislation and the sort of international legislation that covers bats?